Glitter Mates. Welcome back to Boss Kitty Live. I am your host, Boss Kitty, and it is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to all of you. Happy Hump Day, if that is the time of week that it is for you. We had snow last week, guys. It got nuts. So Thursday, Friday, we probably had about 3 inches, which I know for a lot of you is not a lot of snow, but for us, it's a decent amount. So I had legit snow days from work, which never happens. So that was kind of nice. Hi, Abby. How are you? It's so good to see everybody. Crochet, Bubbles, Marie, Elizabeth, Samantha. Yes, my braces are doing great. I've got a little wax back here today because they're kind of hurting a little bit. So we had some snow. Things got a little cuckoo, and I did forget to put the make along post up last week. So it's up now. Go in there and post if you were part of our fall winter make along, which was for anything that you created that had hand spun yarn with it. Go ahead and put your finished object in the make along complete section, and you can vote with the little heart eyes emoji. And on our next show, which will be the first Wednesday of February or March, we'll go ahead and pick winner for a $50 gift card. Already fixed it.
No, you're a little dim.
Oh, it was.
Tell people to give me just a second. I'll fix it quickly.
TK says, give him 1 second. He's going to fix it because I'm a little dim. It was so cold here. They closed a lot of schools or had them start late. Oh my goodness. Now I'm blown up. Gosh, awesome. No, it's okay. 3 inches. It was cold. It was warmer if it had been a lot more. It would have been, if it was warmer, it would have been a lot more. It really would have. And we had a little bit of freezing rain too, which we have 3 70-year-old maple trees in our front yard that belong to the city. They don't belong to us. And I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous that they were going to drop branches. So much so actually that I moved my car off the street into the driveway. The first Wednesday of March, I will be flying to Portland. You will, for Rose City Yarn Crawl. What? I think that deserves a catapult. They're so ridiculous, you guys. I love them so much. So, in MS, and we have about 2 inches on the ground. Ours went away pretty fast. So we had it Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday it was gone. I think there was still a little on in people's yards and stuff, but I was able to drive to Portland, no problem. It was nice. It was a nice little respite from just, dreary, sad weather to more traditional winter weather, which we don't get a lot of, but I've had enough and I'm ready for spring, guys. Hi, Jet. How are you? Oh my gosh. Well, how is Boise? You guys got snow too, I know, because Three Loves closed for a hot second. You were so cold a week ago or so ago, like a high of 40, and next week is 75. No, yeah, it's all over the place. It doesn't know what the middle ground is, truthfully. Great Aunt was excited to make snow cream for her grandkids. I've never had snow cream, and every time it snows, I forget about it. Likely going to check out the Pearlside Fiber Fest this weekend in Hermiston. Ooh, I didn't know that was going on. That is a huge temperature difference. Yeah, that's a big deal. It's like, what, 20 degrees? It's 25 degrees, right? Okay, kiddos. So let's see. What do we got going on this weekend or this week? So for the show tonight, we'll talk a little bit about the colorway of the month again, which is Victoria. And what that means is you guys can get a discount on our Victoria colorway, any base skein of it. I'm trying to find that picture again so I can show it to you guys, because I never remember the exact everything. You would think that I would know them by heart. The colorway spotlight of February is Victoria, and that is on Kitty Glitter, that's on Cat's Cradle, that's on BKDK, that's on Super Floof or Floof, and it's 15% off in the store all of February. It doesn't matter how many you buy, it doesn't matter how little you buy. However, it's only what's on hand. It's not dyed to order. I'm getting there. Yeah. That's the plan. I was going to do it I was going to do it the middle of the show. Should I not? The show's an hour and a half. So 45 minutes in.
I was going to say do it before show and tell, but
that's before show and tell. I can go even further. Yeah, we can do that. So yeah, 15% off Victoria until the end of this month. So you guys have until through next week, basically. And this is kind of a great way for you guys to try new colorways and see if you like them. Maybe get outside of your comfort zone a little bit. Thank you, TK, for the coffee, by the way. And in case you're wondering what color Victoria is, here is a picture of it right here. Let me actually get that bigger. Sorry. Ta-da! So this is what Victoria looks like. It's kind of a rustic red color. Let's see, what else? TK just pointed out we do have the wheel back. We talked a little bit about that last Wednesday, but we didn't actually play with it. So we do officially have the wheel tonight. There are things on there. It's not a prize. It's not generally a prize for one person. It's a prize for everyone. So we have patron exclusive content on there. So you might end up with an extra patron show this month. We have dad jokes on there. So you might get a dad joke. I've got adject animal sounds, which we haven't done in a really long time. There's a flash sale on there. So that might happen. It's a 48-hour flash sale where I pick a colorway, I pick a amount off or whatever I want to do. And for 48 hours, you guys will have a code in Discord after the show for 48 hours where you can buy that yarn. So we've got a lot of good stuff on there. I can show the wheel to you guys. Here it is. So you got Blinky rolls on here. Although I don't know where Blinky is, so I have all my dice out so I can pick a D20. We got dad jokes, flash sales, adject animals, P streams, which are patron streams. And that's what's on the wheel. So that's the plan for that.
See you later, alligator.
I don't know why I'm doing that in this screen. This is better. You can't wait for Bruiser to be color spotlight of the month. Ooh, that'll be a good one. -20s earlier this week. No, thank you. Also, my loves, we have online classes coming up. We talked about it a little bit last week. We're getting closer and closer. This is a very new thing for us, and getting it into the shop is difficult. It takes lots of layers. So we're getting it in the shop, and then we have to create the PDF that we're going to send out to people. It's a whole step thing. They're going to be through Google Meetup, correct, TK? Google Meet, I'm sorry. And you guys will get the code, I think, closer to the class after you've purchased it. There's going to be a minimum of 3 people in each class, a maximum of 6. So if we don't hit that minimum by, I think it's like 2 or 3 days before the class, we'll cancel, and you guys will get a refund. And you can choose. Oh, thank you. I guess I don't have to use my dice after all. You can choose either a gift card or you can choose an actual refund. Other than in that capacity, the classes are non-refundable. You will receive a PDF right after you sign up for a class that says everything that you would need for the class, including what type of camera or microphone you need. If it doesn't work out for you, you have 72 hours at that time from the time you get that PDF to request a refund and to cancel your class, because that way you know everything that you need. You've got the criteria. You've agreed to this. We're moving forward. You're crocheting a bag right now. Very cool. I am finishing up the top for my little mohair shrug. Check it out. Isn't that cute? So right now, if we take a look at this, I am trying to get the rib stitch down on the bottom. I did screw up my pattern in the way as in I did like a purl instead of a knit purl. So I'm going back to that purl to fix it, and then we're moving forward. But I'm really close to done with it. I think the sleeves, I haven't looked at the pattern yet, but I'm pretty sure the sleeves are almost like cap sleeves. So I suspect I'll pick those stitches back up again, maybe knit a row or 2 in mohair, and then go straight into the rib stitch. And honestly, it might be that they have me just go straight into the rib stitch anyway, like without doing any additional rows of mohair. Why, thank you. Hello, Jep1130. How are you? Are you ready to move? Jep is, for those who don't know, my brother, and he and his partner and their kiddo are getting ready to move into a new place. I'm very excited for them. Sounds cool. I'm really excited about the classes. I'm also incredibly nervous about them, obviously. This is a new beast for us, not just in the shop, but, you know, teaching in person versus teaching in a class is definitely different. Or, I mean, remotely is definitely different. I've done it before, not necessarily with something tactile like knitting or crochet, but we're going to try it and see how it goes. Classes are fairly reasonable. They're reasonably priced. They're $35 for a 2-hour session. The 4-hour all sessions are only 2 hours. They're $35 for a 1 session class. They are, I think it's $100 for a 3 session class, and like 120, maybe, I think, maybe more. I'd have to look for a 4 session class. And they range from like real quick tutorials on 2-hour tutorials on how to knit and crochet to more intricate beginner's knit stuff like making a scarf or making a shawl for crochet. And then sweaters for or making scarves for knit and crochet, and then a shawl class and a sweater class are the 4 session classes, and those are a little more intermediate, and they kind of really get into like sizing and things like that. Packing as you speak. You're currently testing your sanity by trying to use beads in my current project. Oh my gosh. Oh, more updates. So if you weren't here for the last show, you missed the big reveal. June will be the release. Let me double check that. You like my June? Yes, June. So June 2025, we will be releasing our tribute to stage and movie musicals, and that will be the box set for our summer. It's going to be our summer box set, and there'll be 12 skeins. That includes 2 patron exclusive skeins of yarn or bumps of fiber. It is going to be like we did with the Henson and Oz set, where it's a la carte. So you get to choose which 5 skeins you want, and then if you're a patron, which additional 6th skein you want. But they will be based off of different musicals. And I'm narrowing down that list as we speak. My lights just did a really crazy thing. Hold on. Let me fix this real quickly. See if I can fix it. There we go. Whew, that was super weird. I don't know what happened there. This is called Cold as Ice. So this is Cold as Ice. It comes in this lovely colorway, right, or this lovely base right here, which is our mohair ball. It also comes in BKDK, and it comes in Cat's Cradle. I know you can't wait, Jep. I can't wait either. And then the colorway up here is called Fairy Farts, and this particular skein is in kitty glitter. It's really hard to see the glitter on this because it's such a light color. Trust me, in person you can really see it. But it comes in kitty glitter, it comes in BKDK, and it comes in Cat's Cradle. Egoin, I've been wiped out since I got the flu on Christmas. I've started to get my energy back and wanting to craft again. I hear that. So apparently we're going through a little bit of a crisis. I don't want to freak people out. Don't be freaked out. Just be mindful, you know? But like there's a lot of viral infections going around right now. So the big 4 for the season, seem to be really high up right now. So COVID, the flu, noro, and RSV are all really, really, really spiking at the moment. TK and I had COVID over August, September maybe, I don't remember. We had RSV in November. I don't think I've had I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm not going to say that I've had the flu. I haven't had the flu or norovirus. I got my flu vax. I also got my COVID vaccine, but I have my flu vaccination. Noro is a tricky one, but honestly, you just need to make sure you wash your hands and be mindful of what you do. Must be a little spirit letting you know they're present. Probably. Oh my God, that coffee tastes so good tonight. Thank you, TK. Thank you. So yeah, everybody's been super sick. I know my boss is he's been sick a few times. He's got 3 kids, I think. And basically his kids and his wife and him, they just keep rotating through different types of viruses. And I feel so bad for him. Like, that's got to be miserable. There's so many people in here who weren't here last Wednesday. It's so good to see everybody. Have a kitty cat. Oh, goodness. It's really good to see everybody. I'm so thrilled to be back. I'm thrilled to have all of you back here with the community. I'd love to hear what you guys did over your winter vacation, right? I'm super stoked and ready for spring at this point. I've got my little grow area in the corner where I'm growing my veggies. Right now I've got onions sprouting from seeds. We've got artichokes and early jalapenos. I'm getting ready to do some sage. You know, I've got some rosemary that's propagating. Oregano is going up soon. I've got my slips started for my sweet potatoes. I've got my potato seeds starting in a bag. I'm very excited about the spring, you guys. I'm ready for it. It's great to see you too. Peregrine just got a package of yarn today, but now I'm concerned it might get lonely. Only one solution. You know, yarn is like animals. They need companions. Companionship is important for yarn, definitely. You've got the COVID booster twice and get sick every single time from it, so you're not looking for it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I had that issue with they gave me the pneumonia vaccine once, like the pneumonia shot for the year, which they normally, I guess, only give to people who are 55, but this was really weird. So I was, full disclosure, I'm 42. I'm 42. So this was probably about 8 to 10 years ago. So I was in my early 30s. I went to the doctor for my annual checkup and to get my flu shot. And the nurse starts asking me questions, and she asked me if I was, what did she ask me? If I was still menstruating. And I was like, what? And she's like, well, have you gone through oh, words are hard right now. Yeah, have I gone through the change, basically, right? I can't think of the word right now. And I was like, no. And she goes, oh, okay. And she's talking to me, and then all of a sudden she goes, so we're gonna give you your flu shot. Do you want your pneumonia shot too? And I'm like, sure. I didn't know that they did pneumonia shots for younger people, so I was all for it because I get sick really easily. It knocked me on my ass. I was sick for about 3 or 4 days, basically with pneumonia, without having fluid in my lungs. But like I had a crazy fever. I was super sick. My arm got really swollen. I had a really bad allergic reaction to it. Turns out they don't give those to people unless they're 55 or over because I guess a lot of people do have allergic reactions to it. So they're like, unless you're really susceptible to things like pneumonia, not necessary. So I don't know if this lady misread my chart and thought that I was in my 50s or what was going on. Not that that was, a big deal, except for that I was 20 years younger than that. So who knows? You're working on your ear warmers. And also going through your Beanie Baby storage bins. Your hospice for plants. They only come to me for the end of their lives. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. We will be starting seeds as soon as we move. I'm working on a bucket garden build for our new yard. Jep, if you need any seeds, let me know. Or if I have extra starters and you guys want any, let me know, because I have a lot of seeds and I have a lot of starters. You guys should come over and check it out. Menopause, that's the word. Thank you, Ghost Babe. Here, have some confetti. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Also, if you are or were a smoker. Nope. Maybe read you as 83 as 6. You're 83 as 63. Bubbles, that's like kind of what I thought. I was like, are we just, did you misread my chart? Do I look like I'm 50? I mean, there's some beautiful women out there who are 50, beautiful men out there who are in their 50s. I'm married to one of them. But I was not prepared for that. Like, she took me by surprise. Okay, so somewhere in here I made a mistake. But we're getting close to it. So I want to find it before I go too far. There it is. It's right there. So I've got a little bit of time left. We're fine. I had a plant graveyard like that back when I worked in the office. People would bring me their dying plants after they nearly killed them. Oh my gosh. It's unfortunate. There's one spot in the house that gets enough natural sunlight for plants to do well. And it's in the kitchen. It's in a corner. But it's just not enough space for all the indoor plants I want to have. So I'm probably going to end up getting like little plant lights for like in the pots and stuff. But what I have set up here in the studio is I have a shelving unit with grow lights on it set up so that I can start seeds. And it seems to be working pretty well. I had a little bit of difficulty with the artichoke. I only had 2 out of the ones that I did come up and one of them died, but I think that's okay. I did some onions and they came up pretty well, and then I went to go do more onions and those haven't come up at all, which is strange because it's been over a week and a half at this point. So I don't know what happened there. Pneumonia vaccine sounds good. I've got slight asthma, so chest colds can turn into pneumonia easily. Sounds like I could schedule it for a long weekend and have no plans. Yeah, as long as make sure you've got some Tylenol or something to help with that fever, because that was really the scariest part. It was the fever. Hi, Casey. How are you? It's living its best life on the top of your fridge. I love it. Well, and the bummer about that corner, Bubbles, you've actually been to my house. It's the corner in the end of the kitchen, and it gets a ton of sunlight, but it's also where I keep my bread box. It's where I keep my canner. It's where I keep all my plants. Like, it's a catch-all for everything, and it can't be. I just need more corners like that in my house. I know. It's very greedy of me. Look at that. I came straight, right there, and found my mistake. And I'm going to bring it up so you guys can see my mistake. So this is supposed to be a knit one, purl one. So you can see knit one, purl one. And the way that you can tell the difference is that this one right here has the mohair in the front of the leg, and this one doesn't. So it's a knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one. But then I've got a second purl one right here, and that threw off my count. So we're just going to release this like so. And we're going to release the next one. And now we're going to get back to knit, purl, and we should be good to go, as long as we don't do it again, which we probably will. Your first row for establishing a pattern is always the most difficult row, almost always, because you are establishing that pattern. There's nothing there to read, really. You just have to look at the last stitch you did, and if it's not a 2-stitch pattern, then you have to look at like the last, God knows how many stitches. I hate the first row of any lace chart. Ugh. I have to pay attention. It sucks. It's the worst. Okay, so let's end on a purl while I adjust. How are the kitties doing? What a great question. Let's talk about how my kitties are doing. Let's have kitty time. Okay, so Con is doing great. He is 13, or will be 13 this year on May 4th. I know that because, well, he'd be 12 or 13. He was like 2 or 3 when we got married, and our 10-year anniversary is this year. Zuzu is coming out of her shell. She likes to snuggle with TK and myself when we go to bed, which is really great. That's new for her. Sorry, there's something on my shirt. That's new for her. She lets me hold her, which is exciting. We're not quite into hold her like a baby zones yet, but I'm getting there. And she adores TK. She follows him everywhere. Then there's Gracie. We had to take Gracie to the vet a few weeks ago. It was not cheap because she had IBS, basically. My cat loves to get up on the counter, and she loves to eat butter. She loves to eat butter. She loves to eat chicken. She loves to eat anything she can find on the counter. She loves to lick the cast iron skillet, even if it's been cleaned out and reseasoned. I wish this were a joke. It's not. So she was acting really sick the other day, or a few weeks ago. Seemed like she was choking on something, and we had a cat that had something stuck in their throat at one point in time, for a long time, years and years ago. So we're both very paranoid of it. So we rush her into the emergency room, because that's what you do with your babies. And they're like, well, she seems okay. And I'm like, she's not okay. So they do the x-rays, and they sedate her so that they can do the x-rays and they can look down her throat. 3 hours later, they call me back, and they're like, okay, so there's nothing in her throat. There's nothing in her stomach. And I'm like, okay, but that sounds like there's a butt. And the vet is like, yeah, so she's really gassy. I'm like, yeah? She's like, she's got a lot of trapped gas in her gut and a little bit in her throat. I'm like, is that not normal for cats? And she's, no, it's not. And I said, would maybe licking cast iron skillets and eating butter do that to a cat? And she starts laughing. She's like, that would absolutely do it to a cat. So are you telling me my cat has IBS? And she's like, yeah, I am. And that she needs to stop whatever it is she's doing. So Gracie is a problem. Con is a Star Wars kitty. Yes, he is. Isn't that funny? I named my Star Wars kitty after Star Trek on purpose. She's getting so bad about jumping up on the counters, though. So we made rice bowls for dinner last night, and we were waiting for the rice to finish. TK cut up the chicken, and he put it in a bowl on the counter, And then I walk in the kitchen and half the chicken's gone because she's eating it and throwing pieces down to Zuzu on the ground. She's gotten so bold about this that the other two cats are starting to jump on the counter. And they don't eat the food though, unless it's on the ground. Tonight we made pizza. This pizza was out for maybe 2 minutes while it was cooling, and I heard the clatter of the pizza cutter that had fallen on the floor because she had jumped up to get to the pizza. Like, she's out of control. So you all asked how my cats are. They're great. One of them is Lucky that I love her so much. So much. Rashana, you're feeling a bit under the weather, so you're going to be lurking tonight. That is perfectly fine. I hope that we can maybe help you feel a little bit better. If you're licking butter and licking cast iron, stop doing that because that'll definitely make you feel better. 26 degrees, but it feels like 17. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is very cold. It's too cold for me, guys. I'm not a fan. Poor kitty. What? No. I mean, I've been gassy before. Gas is not fun. Hello, Miss Monster. How are you? It's so good to see you. And thank you so much for those pictures. I haven't got a chat up yet for our catapult. So we have a little catapult. You guys saw me do it earlier today. Here's another one. If you have pictures of kitty cats in positions that look like they would be funny if they were flying through the air and you want me to make them into a catapult, please feel free to send me those pictures directly through Discord privately. I can't guarantee that we're going to use your pictures, but it is a possibility. Miss Monster, I have not sent your pictures over to TK yet, so I don't have any of yours, but your pictures were perfect examples of great positions for poses for cats and catapults. I truly appreciate it. You guys, one of my best friends' his birthday was this weekend, and we went to a game store called Guardian Games. It's in Portland. We played games all day, which was a lot of fun. But my friend April and we played this Pac-Man game. It's a board game. It's such a cute game. Like, visually, it's so cute. You've got like little wooden Pac-Men and ghosties, and there's little nom-noms for them to eat, and you can make the maze as you're going. But the game dynamic is stupid. It's dumb. I don't think anybody thought this through. So there is a potential for a really great game here. It just needs new rules. Because it is the cutest looking game I've ever seen. Like, I really wanted it to be so good. You do that right? I did. Doing okay so far. You managed to not get the stomach bug best roommate got. There it is, right there. We were just talking about the 4 big viruses going around right now, and Noro being one of them. I hope that's not what she has, or they have. Ooh, haircuts are always fun. Do you like the haircut? Is it like a big haircut, or was it I'm getting my hair trimmed haircut or maintained? The kittens are climbing, basically being chaos gremlins. They are playpen. They have a playpen to stay in at night, and somehow unzipped it just enough to escape, so I woke up to a bed full of kittens. There are worse things to wake up to, honestly. I mean, I wake up to a bed full of cats on purpose. I encourage them to come pester me. It was funny last night. So Gracie loves to snuggle between TK and I. She likes to like get underneath the blankets and curl up next to him, next to his chest, and then kind of like make biscuits on my back. And it's lovely because she's purring the whole time, so it puts us both to sleep. But it's been really warm in bed lately. Like we upped the heater, and I think maybe we need to drop it back down again. But the heat was kind of high, and our blanket is really warm. And she pushed herself out of it last night. And TK said, I don't remember Gracie leaving last night. And I started chuckling because I do. I woke up in the middle of the night and there's this cat. She's splayed like this. Like, her feet are as far down into the blanket as she can get. She's like got her butt up against TK's face and her stomach in my face. And like, she's just splayed over both of our pillows. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen a cat do. Probably not, but I'm going to stay with that claim for now. About 5 inches. Whew. I bet it looks excellent. Freya used to come lay on me for about 5 minutes every night when I would go to bed. It was the best. I love kitty snuggles at night. Zuzu gets really excited when it's bedtime. She hops around and she runs around and she's like, bedtime, bedtime, bedtime. It's really cute, but she's too excited to actually go to bed. So she's just really excited that we're going to bed. And so she'll get in bed and she'll be really excited. And then she'll jump off the bed and go over to her scratching post and scratch around like a doofus. And then she'll get the zoomies and go run. And then she'll come back to bed again. And this goes on all night. I don't know how either of us get any sleep. Honestly, we probably don't get nearly as much as we should. I think I got 4.5 hours last night is all. I am not proud of that fact. Okay, almost to the end of this first round. Hopefully it matches up this time. I miss when Wednesday would lay at my head and bite my head as I sleep. I appreciate that my cats don't bite my head as they sleep or as I sleep. Like that, I do appreciate that. So we're going to spin the wheel. It'll probably be the second to the last thing we'll do. We'll do it right before show and tell each night. Just kind of, chilling out. The Blinky roll is an example that's on the wheel. The way that works is if it jumps onto that, then we let Nightbot choose a winner. And then I roll a Blinky for that winner. And then if they get a natural 20, they win a skein of yarn. And I will ship it to them. You guys know the drill. It's been a hot minute since we've done that, but it's still a thing. Just not as often. Whoopsies. Mostly because shipping is so expensive. Okay, so it did match up. That's excellent. It's just establishing the next row real quickly. And then I'll fix this big old stitch right here by pulling on that. Used to bite my forehead and make me get up if I slept in too much. My kitties do that. For real. That's a real thing. It's ridiculous. My cats are supposed to be fed at 6 o'clock in the morning, every morning. They wake me up on a good day at 5 o'clock in the morning to feed them. I have to be up at 5 anyway, so most days, so that's fine. But I usually take a shower first and make them wait because I'm a jerk. But frequently, they will try to wake me up at 4 or 4:30. The other night, it was 3:30, and I was pissed because they're persistent. It's not like they try and fail and give up. Con in particular. I did this to myself when I named him Con. He will knock things off my dresser or off my nightstand to try to get me to get out of bed. He's really smart. It's scary. So I've taken all the things off my nightstand and put them in my nightstand. So now he's gone over to my altar and he's started knocking things off of that instead, which he knows is a big fat no-no. And so I have to put a blanket over that. And so then he gets over to my dress. Like, it's just this never-ending battle. And I just want to feed him and make him stop. But I also know if I feed him that I'm giving in and it's going to continue. And I don't want to do that, Oh, there's something on my glasses. If we don't feed the cats when they're hungry, they start chewing on Odin and driving everyone. They legit chew on Odin? That poor boy. Oh my gosh. Panda, hello, how are you? Yeah, I've got a smudge on here that's going to drive me so crazy. And pizza sauce? I don't even know. Yeah, he is a special kind of jerk face, and I love him for it. When he was a little baby, he used to do this all the time. And at that point, we lived in this tiny little apartment complex. And so our vacuum cleaner was in the bedroom with us. And then he pulled this BS about the dresser and like knocking stuff off of it. And I hit all the stuff that was on the dresser one day. And I'm sitting there watching him because I mean, I'm awake when he does this. I'm just being a jerk and I don't want to get up. And so he goes like, he looks at me, he goes like this, and there's nothing up there. And he's like, and so he stares at me and I'm staring at him and he jumps up on this chair next to the vacuum cleaner and I'm glaring and I'm like, don't you dare do it. And he glares back at me and he goes, poof, and knocks the vacuum cleaner over and it crashes and TK jumps out of bed. He's like, I'm awake. And he got exactly what he wanted because he knows that his dad is a sucker for him through and through. And I can say that because TK is watching right now. He knows I'm right. He's a tough old guy who will be 18 in a few weeks. Oh my gosh. He will be legally old enough to vote without being able to vote because not human. But still, we have industrial spray bottles. They work wonders when you don't want to get up. I really need to get... So we used to have a spray bottle for Con. He pushes through it. Like he used to, when we lived in the our last house, the screen door, he would claw at the screen door, right? Trying to open it and stuff. And so we got spray bottles to spray him when he did it because he was destroying screen doors. And he would just put his head down, shut his eyes, and deal with the water while he continued trying to open the door. He's so stubborn. And there is part of me who gets so infuriated by it. But there is a small part of me, I'm not going to lie, it's actually a big part of me, that is so proud my kitty cat. I'm like, you take no shit from anybody. It's fantastic. I'm doing pretty well. I got new glasses, you guys. Actually got 2 new pairs of glasses. I did screw up when I ordered them, though. I've only ever had progressives or single prescription glasses. And when I ordered these, I accidentally ordered them in bifocals instead of progressives. And so I'm getting used to bifocals. It's been a thing. It's been a very, very taxing ordeal. Like I had headaches for the first few days. Those are getting better. The other frames are much smaller frames. They're really cute, but it means the line's in a different place. And so I'm not quite ready to fuck around and find out. How are they with loud noise? My grandmother had a dog that stops when she pulls out a noisemaker. That might work. I'm not sure. I also don't want to like give him heart attacks. Like Zuzu will legit, if we have a loud noise, Zuzu will run and hide and she won't come out for hours. She's very skittish because of her time in the streets. But Con, that might work. He's also really funny about the vacuum. He hates it. And so, especially when we get a new vacuum and it sounds different, he tries so hard to protect me from it. It's really sweet. What am I making tonight? I am making... I wish I had the other piece with me. I don't think... Oh, I do. I am making a top, clearly, for this top. So this is a halter top right here. It's not finished yet. I've got one more tie to do. But this is done in kitty glitter fairy farts. It has a little... comes down to a little point like this. Right? Super cute. This is what the back looks like. I'll show you guys the pattern here in a second. And then this is a little coverall for it made out of mohair. And it'll go on top and it's kind of a crop. And then this will hang out down at the bottom. And hopefully they'll look really good together. I'll show you guys the pattern here in a second. Air cans work, but scare both cats when it's just one doing the naughty sound. I'll take it. That's funny. Okay, let me see if I can find the pattern just because I want to show you guys a picture. There's only 2 pictures in there. Let me get Ravelry up and I'll get the pictures up for you guys. Hold on. Thank you, How I Disappear. You just got 6 small cakes of a very lightweight yarn, maybe a lace weight. You have no idea what to do with it. Do lace work like shawls and shrugs. Oh, they're so beautiful. Or hold it with something else too. Give something else texture. There's a lot of great ideas for lace. Sorry, I'm adjusting everything. My shirt's being dumb today. Okay, let me get logged in here. We're gonna go to my library. Here we go. So here's my library. And we're coming down here. It's the summer cocktail. I'm going to go to the summer cocktail so you guys can see pictures of this. So this is the halter top right here. If you can see that. I love it. I think it's so cute. Here's the back side of it. And then here is the front side. And then this is the top that goes over the top of it. This is the shrug that I'm doing over the top. She did it all in the same color. I'm doing the color for her hair actually as the top piece for mine. I'm very, very excited about it, but I think it looks super cute. I don't know how many, well, there's a few projects. Let's see what other people's looks like. So this person did the straps so that they cross over each other, which is really neat. I want to see somebody who also did the shrug over the top. And I don't see any. I think you all are afraid of them. Which is silly. Let's see here. Let's go back for a second. So that's the halter. Oh, maybe it's under Summer Light. Because they're it's a pattern set, but they're technically two different patterns. Yeah, here's this top. So this is the top that people have made to go over the top of it. Oh, look. This is actually one of our pals here in chat. That's funny. It's not funny, but it's awesome. But some people have made it bigger. I mean, it's just a really simple tank top or t-shirt top that goes over the top. There we go. Yours yarns, just the yarn, take up more than a tote box in my stash. If it makes you feel better, my yarn, just my yarn, takes up more than a tote box in all of my stuff. You're sending book 2 to your editor next month? Oh my gosh. That's exciting. Congratulations. That's very exciting. You like the colors I picked? Oh, thank you. I like them too. I know people get a little nervous. So our speckled kitty glitter does not sell as well as the rest of our kitty glitter. And I understand light colored kitty glitter yarn does not sparkle as well on camera or video or anything like that. You have to see it in person for it to really glitter, and it's still pretty subtle. And our really bright mohair doesn't seem to sell quite as well. Cynthia's lunchbox does, but like the bath yellow and the cold as ice, people are afraid of those really bold colors. So I'm hoping this kind of inspires some people. Plus, it's an eye catcher. It is 100% a display piece. Someday I might make one for me, but that's not what this one is. It's $1,000 to produce, and I ain't got that kind of cash. Girl, you and me both. I feel ya. Is it just because you have to pay like voice actors and stuff? Like if you decided to just read it yourself, would that work? Okay, so my friends and I have created a book club called Smut Club. And it's just where we read fantasy smut. I'm not kidding. It's a real thing. I'm sure that there are a lot of smut clubs out there. And the book we're reading right now is the dumbest book I've ever read in my life. It has no plot to it, and I hate it. And everybody else in the group hates it too. I don't know. I think 1 or 2 people might finish it just because they're like, I bought this book, I'm finishing it. But most of us are just like, this is just smut. That's all there is. There is no plot. It is repetitive smut over and over again. Like this is, and it was not a cheap book either. So 0 out of 5. Well, I'll give her 1 star, I guess. The voice actor is that price, which is like $100 an hour, and with the length, it would be about 10 hours, right? And it's funny because the first book we read had no smut in it, like, and it was kind of a trashy book too, but like, you know, just kind of a throwaway book, but it wasn't terrible. We all got through it. It was a werewolf book. I'm probably going to put your book in the smut group, but not for smut, as a break from the smut stuff. Like, because we also like to suggest books to each other, to read in between stuff and, just, hey, what are you reading right now? So I've got my copy. I know I gifted somebody a copy. I'm probably going to suggest it to all of them as well. But it goes along with the plot. And that's important, right? There has to be plot for the smut to work. I mean, I guess there doesn't, but then it's just called pornography, guys. Come on. And that's fine too. But that's an entirely different type of club, and that's not the club we started. You're working your way through audiobooks. So I have never read an audiobook. And I've tried. I've really tried. My ADHD has a really hard time with it. I'll start, I'll listen, and then I get distracted because I'm not actively reading the book, and so I stop listening. I feel like that might be something I need to work on. Ooh, row 2 is done, kiddos. Just a quick reminder, we do have show and tell up tonight. And we have the make along completed projects up. I know I got that up late, so if you get your completed projects in there, we can go ahead and vote. Remember to vote with the little heart eye emoji. And then at our next show, which will be the first Wednesday in March, we will go ahead and pick a winner for the $50 gift card to bosskittyshop.com. And you can use that gift card immediately. You can wait and use it for when the box set comes out, if that's what you want to do. I mean, so many options. Oh, before the box set comes out, we actually have our next patron exclusive set coming out, which is the mini skein set. And that's going to be spring inspired. And that comes out in April. So if you are a patron, keep your eyes open over at patreon.com/bosskitty. We will be setting up the voting for types of colors, what's inspiring it, if it's speckled or multicolored or undertone, so the same thing we did with the holiday colorway, because you guys get to have a say in that. And then if you are an annual subscriber at the Hazel's Heroes or the Cult of Con level, so that's the $10 and $25 levels, you actually get a free set of the mini skeins sent to you at no charge to you, no additional charge. So that includes shipping and handling. You don't have to pay any of that. If you want more than one set, obviously you will have to purchase that. I won't have it done for this time around, I don't think. But I was putting this together and I was thinking, man, it would be so neat to make like a cowl or something that incorporated all of those mini skeins, and then like one of our neutral tones, so like snuffy or Packy, I don't even think we do Packy, so mithril or soot, something like that. Some one of our solid tones, and like making a cowl or a hat or something out of it, or gloves, anything. And so I don't think that'll happen this year, obviously, but I think for the next mini skein set we do, that might be a thing that happens. And the holiday color might turn into a mini skein, depending on how well this goes over. All the speckles. Wait. My first smut book was the Sleeping Beauty series from Anne Rice. I never read those. I mean, I can see how that would be like lots and lots of smut. So I've heard of them, and I suspect that even those have more plot than this book that we're reading. It's so bad. Like, I think it wants to be Outlander without being Outlander, because they don't even go back in time or anything. It's in modern day, but still. For a cowl with the minis, right? Like, I kind of wanted to do like a stained glass look or something, but I don't really have the time between then and now to create a pattern, test it, have other people test it, get it printed out, like all of that. It's just, I might do it if I have, I doubt it. I doubt that's going to happen before April. If some way magically it happens, I don't think it would have test knitters in time. But it would be a free pattern. It would be one you guys got with the mini skeins. So it would be a work in progress. You guys would be my test knitters, honestly. Talking about smut, today I learned that the fanfic with the wildest premise smut of an humanoid alien detached what? Penis is following the person said alien likes has an IRL. People have the damnedest ideas. Oh, it's amazing. I ordered a book from Amazon one day and they sent me a completely different book. It was so funny that I kept it. They sent me a gay BDSM space pirates book. They sent you a gay BDSM space pirates book. There is nothing in that title that is not amazing. And this, kids, is why we are rated M for mature. MA, mature audience. I mean, we're not really mature, but we're supposed to act like we are. Hoo-hee. I suppose I should see how many rows I'm supposed to do. My guess is like 5 or 8. Just a nice little tiny rim at the bottom of this top. I don't know why I said it that way. The Tangled Poet has a stained glass cowl pattern that they put out with a skein of black yarn and a mini skein and their mini set. It's beautiful. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Okay, let me check something real quickly. Oh, holy smokes, kids. I didn't realize what time it was. It is 6:30, so let's go ahead real quickly and do some stretches.
It's time to stretch.
Okay, so we're going to do quick stretches tonight. We're just going to loosen ourselves up a little bit. Honestly, the tightest part on me are my hips. I am terrible about stretching my hips, and I can't do that right now. But if you find that you have a hard time like moving around, check out your hips because they're probably tight as fuck. But we're just going to roll our shoulders backwards. Release all that tension. Let go of all that anger over the terrible plot in your smut book. You know, whatever. And then forward. Release the tension that you got a gay BDMS space pirate book in place of the book that you ordered. Or maybe that's not tension. Maybe you're actually perfectly fine with that because it's hilarious. We're going to do one. We're going to do the other. Excellent. Okay, now that your shoulders are all nice and loose, we're just going to roll our neck back and forth. Get all those cracks. Oh my goodness. So I have a lot of wholesale orders, kiddos, that have been put in. We've got some for wild knits that'll be going out here soon. We've got some cozy. We've got some for Not Another Hat. Got one for hook and needle. Sorry. And there's, how many is that? Cozy. Yeah, that's 5. That's 5. And then, yeah, that's what we've got going on. So if those are any of your local yarn shops, keep your eyes open because you're going to get a restock on the Boss Kitty yarn. Okay, so we're going to just extend one arm across our chest and hold it with our other one and make your shoulder pop like, you know, it's natural and no big deal. And stretch your arms out. Now we're going to grab the other one and do the same thing. Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how often I do this. I do this at work. I do this at the house. I do this in front of my kitty cats. It's great. And then we're just going to kind of stretch our hands like this. Fan fiction is free, and I have an app that I read website reader. Right now, my hyperfixation is Naruto and Bleach. I don't know what Bleach is, other than Bleach. Okay, and we're going to roll our wrists. My wrists have been super crazy sensitive lately. Like, pop, 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 right? And I'm just quick reminder while we're doing this, you guys. Make sure you hit the like button on the show. Make sure that you've hit the subscribe button and that your notifications are on. That way you know when we go live, which is the first and third Wednesday of every month. Unless I'm being flaky, and then it's a different day, but not often, unless we have to. Marketing, am I right? Okay, so yeah, get those stretches out of the way. Count me in among the fanfic addicts. I love it. Okay. So I told you guys that we have that mini skein set coming up and that, it's a patron exclusive colorway. We do a lot of stuff for our patrons because our patrons do a lot of stuff for us. So I just want to do a quick shout out to all of our patrons. You can head over to patreon.com/bosskitty and there are tons of different paid tiers that you can join as low as $1 a month up to $25 a month. There's also the free option if you just want to see what it's about. It's been pretty quiet lately. We're getting back into it. There's always the potential for additional Patreon or patron exclusive live streams. We do a hangout every month. You guys get early access to our box sets. You get to vote on the patron exclusive colorways that go into the box sets. So that's coming out for the musicals here really soon. You get to vote on your mini skeins and your holiday skeins. I believe Hazel's Heroes get free shipping on all of their orders with us. And you guys get flash sales from time to time as well. And as I create more patterns, those will be going out to our patrons as well for free. So there's a ton of good things out there for our patrons. We want to give you guys a quick shout out and tell you how much we appreciate all you do for us and that you are our litter mates and we love you. So yeah, patreon.com/bosskitty. There we go. I was like, what does that button do? What time is it? Let's check. So we have a little extra time. I'd say probably about 4 minutes before we should probably do the wheel. And then we can do the wheel and head right over to show and tell. You like X-Men Logan and Rogue fanfic, also the Winx Club fanfic. There's a smut book about we've gone from, remember how we used to talk about food all the time? I'd like to think it's just going to be smut all the time now. It's yarn and smut yarn. Oh my gosh, we're changing the name of Boss Kitty to Smut Yarn. That'll get me into shows. That's sure to do it. There's a smut book about a door, and I've never read it, but social media algorithms keep suggesting it. About a door? Wow. The door that saw too much. Like a sexy knob or something, right? My brain went the same place. I was like, where are we going with this? I mean, there's some pretty sexy doors out there. Those like really nice red doors or, colorful doors with the stained glass in them. They're pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. Fall box set is smut. We could. I mean, it's tempting. That's actually not a terrible idea. Smut Club. It'll be Smut Club Yarn Edition. What's funny about that is about half of my Smut Club book club are also knitters. Oh, so the box set, the musical box set. Among other things, we're also going to do patron exclusive showings for whatever movies or screen shows that we decide to do. So, like if we decide that this is not necessarily going in here, but this is an example of Grease is going in there, then we will watch Grease on Discord for patrons, and we'll sit and have a good time and watch the movie. If Sweeney Todd were in there, we'd watch Sweeney Todd. Although I will fight you all and we will watch the stage version with Angela Lansbury and not the Tim Burton version with Johnny Depp. Hedwig and the Angry Inch was discussed, things like that. So it really just depends on the movie. But we're going to try to watch as many of the 12 shows as we possibly can. Might be a stage version we watch. It might be an actual movie. I don't know if we'll get through all 12, but I will let you all know where you can at least find all 12 to watch. And we'll do our best to get through as many of them as possible. So that will be another little patron exclusive perk. The colorways could be based on all the citrus. That'll get me into the shit. You like that? Yeah. Sorry. I'm still a little bitter about getting denied in one of those shows recently. I'm not used to being told no when it comes to things, guys. I know that sounds terrible and shitty, but I work really hard at what I do. TK and I both do. And so when we're told that we're not what somebody is looking for their shows, it throws us for a tailspin and it makes us question our very existence as a business, which is dumb. It shouldn't, but it does. Because we're human. That's what we do, right? Like that's we're all insecure at the end of the day. Even if we are really good at hiding it or we're really good at putting a brave face forward, we all have our insecurities that just sit there and nag at us. Stage or die. Exactly. I will die on that hill. I will die on the Sweeney Todd hill, guys. You all need to understand. Jep knows this. When I was in 3rd grade, we had show and tell. We were told we could bring in our favorite movie and show a scene from it. And I tried very hard to bring in my beloved copy of Sweeney Todd, which was the London performance with Angela Lansbury in it, and show a little priest. And I was told I was not allowed to. My mom said I should ask my teacher. My teacher was concerned and said no. She said, I don't think that's a good idea, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. So I will die on that hill. That's all I'm saying. I think I ended up bringing in, I don't even remember what I brought in. Honestly, it didn't matter. It wasn't Sweeney Todd. The Secret Lives of Knitters and Crocheters. See, I just need to write a yarn smut book. Oh my God, I need to write a yarn smut book. Can I hit 2 cats at once? I did. Do it again. You and Angela Lansbury have the same birthday. That's fantastic. Okay. I really had to use the restroom. I was bouncing and saying, oh, and suddenly stopped to say O'Reilly's. Oh, O'Reilly's. I love it. This is amazing. Thank you. Now I want to look for a yarn smut book. I think I'm going to write a yarn smut book. It's not going to be good. It's not ever going to be published. But I have a goal in life now. On that note, let's roll that wheel, guys. So we're going to go ahead and roll the wheel for the first time ever since we've recreated it. Behold my beautiful wheel that TK has put together for me. So here's what this wheel does, okay? This wheel has dad jokes on it. It's got a blinky roll on it. It's got adject animal sounds. It's got P stream, which is not what you think it is, you dirty people, because we were just talking about smut books. It means Patreon stream. It has flash sales, and I think that that's about it. So I'm gonna spin it. Whatever it lands on, that's what we're going to do. So let's start with that. Are we ready? Okay, let's do it. I did not do it. Oh, there it goes. It's just a little late. Adject animal. Crap, I don't have one ready. Let me think for a second. For those of you that don't know what an adject animal is, oh, I have a tab for this. Good. For those of you who do not know what an adject animal is, it is an adjective and an animal that is put together. Let me close the wheel. Put together to make a noise. So like angry hippo. TK and I created this years ago. Whenever we would start to argue with each other, we would point at the other one and we would say an adjective and an animal together, and that person had to create that sound. And if they didn't, they got slug buggied. And it stops arguments really easily. So I've got one. It's up. Are you guys ready? Sweaty cattle, also known as cow, right? So, okay, let me see here. Moo. Moo. A moo. Moo. There. That is my sweaty cattle. I guess cattle would be multiple cows, so would it be moo, 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 moo? I don't even know at this point. But there you have it. That is my sweaty cattle. Oh, thank you very much. And that's how the wheel works, guys. So some weeks you guys might get a patron stream, and that means like maybe the following Friday or the week after, you'll get an exclusive Patreon stream that's an hour or so long. We'll do something cool. Maybe we'll dye or we'll work on a different project or something neat. Sometimes you'll get a Blinky roll and somebody will actually get to roll Blinky, which is really exciting. The flash sale is really exciting because those are going to be big sales. It's not like, oh, this is 5% off, because that's a dick move and I would not do that to you guys. Asthmatic cattle. Kind of. I mean, if you get sweaty and hot at that point, I guess I could have gone sexy sweaty, but I wasn't feeling that at the moment. So that's how the wheel works. And we will spin the wheel once every show. That's the plan. Okay. So we're going to head on over to Discord, my loves. There better be some stuff in show and tell, because if there's not, it's going to be a short show. Ooh, there is stuff, but you guys can always add more. There we go. Okay. Chuck Tingle. I love Chuck Tingle. Pounded in the redacted by the living manifestation of my whip. Elizabeth 84, my newest wild oleander in the making. Beadwork is killing me. I love beadwork, and this is gorgeous. Until I opened it, I didn't even know it was beads. I thought they were like little knots in the yarn. This is so beautiful. I will let you know depending on how heavy this gets. You probably already know this, so I'm sorry if I'm BK explaining things. It's going to get really heavy, like super, super heavy, because you have a lot of beads in here. It'll drape really nicely, but just be warned, it will be heavy. You're full of smut ideas. Crochet hooked. After the last live, I decided to start 2 more cardigans. Oh my gosh, so here they are. I like the blue with the white ribbing and pockets, and I have a bunch of tweed yarn, so I decided to make a hexie cardigan, thinking about using, I want to make myself a hexie cardi so bad. Thinking about using a navy blue for ribbing and granny squares to connect the back. We shall see. So here's the blue with the white edging for the ribbing. I love this. It's really just, it's basic and sweet, and the white gives it a nice clean edge. And that blue is a lovely color. Here's the hexie cardigan. It is also lovely. Oh my gosh, it's a great stitch. That tweed is really neat. I like it. And then, oh, you're so fast. You guys, she started this last week. Both of these last week. Yeah, that yarn is beautiful up there. Oh my gosh, what is this? This is really cool looking, TK. D. Renee, a few of the whips I'm trying to work for. First is a vintage ripple crochet shawl. Hold on, you should see this yarn. Second is a cinnabar shawl. So loving 2-color brioche. I love brioche too. Third, managed to lose all my beanies, so I had to whip up a new one over the weekend. Oh my gosh, this yarn is so neat. I love it. And I love I love the stitch. Brioche, once you get brioche down, it's so much fun. And the colors that you're using in this are stunning. They look so beautiful. Oh, it's really beautiful. Oh, I love your hat too. It looks so cozy. Yeah, I know. You guys are just amazing. Oh, that's so cute, Marie. The ripple shawl is really cool. Yeah, it's so neat looking. Like, it looks kind of like rock formation with like flashes of different type of stone coming through. Bubbles finished her Rose City yarn MCAL, working through some planned pooling yarn, trying to get it not as pooled as much. Unsure if I like it yet. Enjoy, Kitty Chin Scritches. This turned out so great. You're going to get so many compliments on it. I bet it's huge. And I know you're not sure how you feel about this. I am jealous that I did not make this yarn. That's how much I love this yarn. I think it's so cool looking. Like, it's just the neatest. I can understand not wanting to have something that looks like this for a very large project, for sure. I get that. But it was really neat. It's kind of an LSD trip. Or at least what they tell you one is in the movies. Chin scritches are the best scritches. Oh, does he have Thanos lines like Khan does? I call him my little Thanos. It's enormous and warm. Oh, I bet. Miss Vicky finished up my Lamia wrap thanks to Stress Crocheting. Oh, are you still a federal employee? I hope. My fingers crossed. 2 was trying to work on a cardigan, but Squirt decided it was hers. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm sorry it was made under stress, but I'm glad you had something to work on. And I'm glad you have kitty snuggles to get you through it as well. That yarn jumped into my hands when I walked into the store. I bet. Yeah, that color's awesome. That yarn was like, take me now. It's smut yarn. Crochet Hooked. This is the yarn that I have no idea what to make with it. It was an impulse buy and I impulsively bought 6 of them. Okay, so this is actually, it is a lace weight, but it's a boucle. I can't say it properly. I probably just trashed that name. Type of yarn. So like mohair, when you knit or crochet with it, it doesn't really, it kind of creates a halo. So it can be made with a larger needle or a larger hook. It'll have a really neat drape to it. Boucle. I think that's how it's said. Uh, um, there's a lot of really neat things you can make with this. There's a wrap that I have. It's one of the first things my mother ever made. I love it so much, and that's what it's made out of. It's really lightweight, but it's cozy because it's got those little nubbies all over it. So this is really great for texture. And if you don't like that, you can indeed hold it with another yarn and just knit it that way, and it'll give a really great, almost tweed texture to what you're creating. Miss Monster Descent Cal Whip, only 9 rounds left. Necklace I made in the past weekend using a vintage button for the closure because I can't find metal clasps that I don't like that don't look like crap after a few months of wear. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. I can't wait to see it when it's finished. I know we started these together and I know a lot of people had a problem with the pattern, so I'm glad to see that you're finishing yours. And this necklace is gorgeous. The idea of using a button for the clasp is brilliant. I've never knit with it either. Bag O' Day pattern. The pattern is Yarn Snob, 3 skein, true colors, set for Pride Month. Oh, that's awesome, Dawn. Well, the colors are beautiful. Panda. I sewed a King Louis costume for the elementary play of Jungle Book and taught my daughter how to hand sew. This was her first time and look at those stitches. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, this is stinking adorable. And she's so intent on what she's doing. I love her little snaky. You guys, these look amazing. Yeah, her first time, those stitches are, especially the ones down here, like they're just spot on. My stitches don't look that great at my best. Oh, kudos to your daughter. Spiderbot, the main body of the stranded sweater you're making. Ooh, God, that's gorgeous. I don't generally like stranded work when it's subtle, but this is really, really lovely. Question. Is that Star Wars and dinosaurs? Am I losing my mind? Do I see Star Wars and dinosaurs in there? I hope I see Star Wars and dinosaurs in there. I hope that is what I'm looking at because that's all I want it to be now. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. You guys, that's show and tell tonight. What a great show. Looks like we're actually going to end up wrapping up a little early, which is okay. It's no big deal there. So let's see. Our next show is, I think it's on the 5th. Yeah, it's going to be March 5th. We will have a craft along probably next Friday. I will confirm that later. Not this Friday, but a week from this Friday. So the last day of February. That'll be for our patrons only. So if you are a patron over at patreon.com/bosskitty, a paid tiered patron, you will have access to our knit night, craft night, whatever you want to call it. And it's really chill. We all just sit and hang out and work on whatever we're working on. People have their cameras on if they want to have their cameras on. People have their microphones on if they want to have their microphones on. I don't really lead it. I mean, I kind of do, but I basically just turn it on. Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I leave early. And we just sit and chill and have a good time. It's really nice. Let's see what else is going on. You guys know about all the upcoming stuff. We'll be in Washington at a Little Nitty for local yarn shop day. We will be in Sonoma, California at Noma Knits for Knit in Public Day. I did not know that there was a spin in Public Day, which is in September, by the way. Who knew? I'm sure lots of people do, but I didn't. We are doing Oregon Flock and Fiber again this year. Right now, that's what's on our calendar. That'll probably get filled as the year continues to go on. I had just said she needed to release a doodle deck with space stuff, and then the MCAL was announced. It was very exciting. When is the next craft along? I was yapping and missed it. So I'm thinking a week from this Friday, so the 28th. It'll be the last day of the month. Fridays seem to work really well, just because people can stay up a little later a lot of the time. I hope you all have a wonderful week, wonderful few weeks, so I don't see you next week. Do something wonderful, make something beautiful, get out and enjoy the weather, be it cold or warmer, and just, yeah, take care of yourselves because you're important and we love you. If you haven't joined our Discord, make sure you take care of that. Once again, make sure you push the follow button, subscribe button, and turn on notifications. We love you all. And as always, you know what? Stay cool and sweet. We'll stick with that for now. Good night.